Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm kind of trying a new look today. What an intro. I'm trying like something new with my hair and just like my overall look right now. And I don't really know if like today's the day to be trying new looks, like the day that I'm filming. So like we're just gonna go with it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, anyways, so just moving on from my look, we're gonna do a Q&A today. I was gonna do a haul, but I still have some packages on the way. They're not here yet. So you guys asked me questions on Instagram and I'm talking a mile a minute. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna do as many as I can. I can't do them all, so sorry if I don't answer you guys. I don't want this video to be too long because I already talk a lot. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's get like the obvious ones out of the way. I'm 23, about to turn 24 in August. End of August, let's not age myself. And I live in Southern California. I'm in a relationship. I feel like those were like the basic questions that were asked. One thing that I did get a lot of was about my relationship, so we'll get into that later. But the first question, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Ooh, okay, so let's just jump right into it, I guess. So myself in 10 years, I'll be 33. That sounds weird. Okay, first of all, in 10 years, so I'll definitely be married. I've been in a relationship for 7 years now, married with kids. I don't know, kids, I mean, I'm definitely having more than one, God willing. I don't know how many I'll have at that age. We'll see what I can do. Besides like from the obvious family things, like I want to be married with kids. My career, I want that to have gone even further and achieve a lot of the goals that I have for this. So you guys know I've been doing YouTube for a little bit now. I just obviously want to continue to grow that and turn it into other businesses. I have a lot of goals for what I'm doing with this, and it's not so much just making videos. I want to be able to propel this into a lot of other things, and I'm not going to totally get into it, but you know, pretty basic answer. I see myself married with kids and with a happy family, everyone happy around me, good friends, good vibes, and a good relationship. So yeah, that's where I see myself and hope to see myself. So the next one is kind of piggybacking off of the last question, well, my last answer maybe. How long would you wait to have children after getting married? That's kind of hard. It's like kind of weird. I was talking about this the other day with my friend. I feel like when you're younger, you have like these ideas for your life that are super unrealistic. Like when I was like in high school, I was thinking I was going to be married and a mom by the time I was 23. Obviously, I'm 23, almost 24, not married or a mom, and I'm not complaining. I am not ready for either of those things yet. I think it's just because you picture yourself so much older than you are when you're younger. Like at the age 23, it sounds so like I have everything figured out, I'm older, I'm like ready to like settle down, and that is just not the case. Once you get older, you start to realize how real those things are and how you really have to be ready for those big life moments. It's not just like getting married and having a kid, it's like really like getting married, starting a life, and raising children. That's like such a huge responsibility, and I am just not there yet. So I think it depends on when I get married. I think I want to be married for a little bit before I have kids, but it kind of depends. I haven't really figured that out yet. I think maybe just like a few years, not too long, but not too soon after getting married either. I think it's gonna be fun just to be us two for a little bit and enjoy marriage. You guys will just have to wait and find out. Okay, another question. When are you and Mar getting married? So my boyfriend's name is Marcus. I call him Mar, and like friends and family call him Mar, kind of like as a joke, and now it's just kind of caught on. So when are we getting married? I don't know. And I feel like there are so many of these questions, not just because of like my age, mainly because we've been together for so long. People are thinking like, when is this gonna happen? I'm in no rush, honestly. We're not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're really, really happy. Okay, so I'm just doing all these relationship questions now because I got a lot of them, and I just feel like we should just go over them while I'm here. How did you and Mar meet? Love story, please. I love that you guys are calling him Mar. Like, that's so funny. That's like a nickname, so it's funny that you guys like have caught on and are calling him Mar too. How did we meet? I feel like I'm gonna save that for another video because I'm thinking we're gonna do a video with him soon. You guys haven't met him on here. He's always on my story and stuff like that, so follow me on Instagram if you guys aren't already. but he's never been on my channel. He's like a little shy. I feel like he'll be kind of camera shy, but I feel like the time has come. He needs to be on my channel. I have to introduce him to you guys. And I think we're gonna do a boyfriend tag. He's probably watching this and is like, oh, we are? That's cool. So I'm thinking, and I haven't even talked to him about this yet, I wanna do like a special video for like my next like milestone for my subscriber count. So I'm thinking maybe 30K we'll do a boyfriend tag. He can let me know if he's down for that, but that's kind of like my thought process. And I think that once you guys meet him and everything, we'll do more videos, but I'll just give you guys like the gist of it. So I was a freshman in high school, he was a senior, we went to the same high school, that's where we met, and I actually don't want to say anything else because I think I'm going to save that for something else. It's not just that, it's cute. So we'll save that for later, but we met in high school. Let's just say that. Okay, so I got one question pretty early on when I posted this that I wasn't really sure if I was gonna answer. I've actually gotten this question before. I've gotten DMs about it, and I think it's because some of you that follow me found me through there. I'm gonna say what it is, but the question is, what was it like working for Laura's Boutique? And then she put in parentheses, I'm an OG follower. So you are definitely an OG follower if that is when you started following me. That feels like really long ago. I wasn't sure if I was going to answer this, mainly because I've been asked this before and I don't want to sound like I'm like trying to get like clout or like attention, like I'm being like a thirst monster to talk about Laura's Boutique, because they are really popular now. They've blown up on Instagram, and they're really huge. So I worked there for a few years. I think it was like about 2 years. It was my second job out of high school, so I worked at Sprouts, which is just like really weird that I worked at Sprouts, because I just like, can you guys see me? Like, I worked at the deli, just so you guys know. I worked at the Sprouts Deli, and that's just like so not me. But that was my first job out of high school, so it was like fine. I only worked there for like a month or two or something like that. And then I started working at Laura's Boutique. So I was there for 2 years almost, and it was really, really fun. I'm really grateful for my experience that I had there. I feel like I learned a lot throughout those few years working for Laura's Boutique. I had a lot of fun also. So I was a sales associate, obviously, but I started to kind of do like a little bit more. I was always a sales associate, but I started to help Laura with like the graphics and behind the scenes kind of things. And I would sometimes do just like little behind the scene things. And I feel like that's where I learned a lot. I learned a lot about like influencer relationships and all that. If you guys have seen Laura's Boutique, you know she does a lot of PR, like collaborations, like, well, that's not really the word. Like a lot of influencers wear her stuff. Let's just say that. So I feel like I learned a lot from her in that area. There was just like other things that I grew out of. It was an amazing job to have out of high school because it was so fun. I loved working at a boutique. I loved meeting new people. I loved being around the clothes. Obviously, you guys know I love fashion. So I loved being in that environment. It was really fun. But I just eventually grew out of it. I'm really grateful for my experience there. So I just eventually ended up leaving because I felt like I was growing out of it and there was things that I wanted to do that I wasn't gonna be able to do while I was working there. It just wasn't gonna work. Like for my blog and Instagram, for example, I just decided to pursue that a little bit more. And that's basically what I did after that. I don't want to get into it too much. Just wanted to answer that question for you guys that asked that. I've been asked that before too. Okay, so how would you describe yourself back in high school? Shy, outgoing, etc. I was definitely outgoing. I'm not really a shy person, really outgoing, and I like to be around people and be doing things. So I was an outgoing person. I was always like doing stuff with my friends. And I was always just like, I feel like I was always like the chatterbox in class. Like, does that really surprise you? I talk so much, and I'm doing YouTube. So obviously it's like, I'm okay with putting myself out there. I loved high school. It was a really great experience. And yeah, that's who I was in high school, if that answers that question. Okay, any misconceptions you've heard about yourself that are completely off? I don't think so, because it's not like I'm like, you know, I'm not like being written up about like in like gossip blogs or anything. Like it's not on that level yet, sis. Oh, but maybe let's say more so not even about like YouTube, just like in life. So I heard a few times that I look mean, but it really like bothered me because I am not mean. I'm actually really nice if you talk to me. And I think they just said that like sometimes the look on my face, like I have that like resting bee face. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I try to smile more now so I look nice. Like this, this sounds so weird, but I try to always like have a smile on my face because I I don't know, that's just who I am now. I don't know. Maybe those comments really got to me and I just want to look like a nice person like I am. Here's your answer to that question. Okay, next question. Have you ever gotten Botox / lip fillers? If so, what was your experience? No, I've never had any of that, and I do want to do Botox. I want to do some on my forehead and like the 11s right here, mainly just this area. I have been going back and forth on lips because I feel like I always wanted to do them, but every single time it comes closer to like me actually making a decision to get them done, I don't do it and I get nervous and I just kind of back out, and I feel like maybe I should trust my gut on that. So I'm kind of leaning more towards not doing lips and trying to just like embrace who I am. I feel like so many people look exactly the same and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing anything to your face. I just think it's like kind of sad when people completely change their appearance, because it's like that just shows like the way that like social media and, you know, just like maybe TV and like just the people that are famous, like the effect that it's had on people's self-image, that they need to completely change their appearance to look like someone else, you know. I don't think there's anything wrong with like fixing a few things that you're insecure about. I think if it's gonna make you feel better, you should absolutely do it. But I think when people go overboard, it's like, oh, like you didn't need to do that, like, you know. So that's what I'm worried about. I just don't want to like not look like myself. I just want to enhance the things that I already have. Like, I think fixing some wrinkles is not a big deal. It's just gonna make me look the way I did before I had these wrinkles. So that's kind of what I want to do soon. Maybe after my birthday, when I turn 24, I'll get some Botox because I'm getting old. That probably triggered a few people that are over 24. I'm sorry. I only feel that way about myself. But anyways, I don't know if I'll do lip fillers. If people that know me that are watching this are probably like, I thought you were going to. I've been going back and forth, and I feel like me going back and forth constantly is a sign that I probably just shouldn't do it. I know it doesn't last forever, so that's something that also kind of like, okay, this will go away if I don't like it. But I don't know. It's a decision that I need to make on my own, and we'll see how I feel when I decide or don't decide to do it. Next question. What is the one thing you would recommend to someone moving to LA? So I don't live in LA. I don't know if I've given that impression, maybe because I'm in LA often. I'm actually in Orange County. I don't think I would recommend you guys move to LA. Sorry. I just feel like I would never live in the city, and I feel like never say never, because watch, you're gonna have like me living in LA like in 2 years or something. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's just, you never know where life is gonna take you, and I don't want to like say never about something. But I'm not a fan of living there. I don't like the idea of living in LA. I feel like there's just so many people and it's just not my scene to like live in. I like being there and going to the cool places and like exploring, and you know, there's a lot happening there, which is really cool, and it's like a cool place to be. But I think living there is like a different story. Like, I live close enough where I can go to it when I want to, and it's not like a total trek. Like, it's only like 45 minutes maybe. But I think I like the distance in between. Like, I have like my normal life, and then I can go there when I want to like do cool things and do something different and be in different surroundings. But I also have like the beach towns and like the cool areas of Orange County. So I'm kind of like right in the middle, and I really like being here. Both environments aren't too far off, and I could just, you know, hop on over to both and do whatever I want. My sister lives in downtown LA. And she loves it. I feel like it's just to each their own. I'm sorry, I don't have any recommendations for you. I just wanted to clarify that I don't live in LA, because I think a lot of people think I do. I'm in Southern California, in Orange County, just not in Los Angeles exactly, but I'm pretty close. Okay, next question, a little easy answer. Favorite restaurant? Favorite restaurant. I said this was an easy answer, and I don't even have an answer for it. Oh my gosh. Honestly, okay, if we're talking about like easy food, not so much like sit down, I guess restaurant could be fast food too, right? Chick-fil-A is like my favorite place in the world. Like, Chick-fil-A is my favorite. I could eat that every single day. Okay, actually, I can't eat anything every single day, but I could have it every single week and never get sick of it. I love Chick-fil-A. So that's gonna kind of take me into my next question. I'm gluten-free, and I love their grilled chicken nuggets. Like, with their sauces, it is life. And the French fries, like, it's heaven for me, and it's fast food that I can eat. Because I'm gluten-free, there's not a lot of places I actually can like enjoy fully. And then I don't feel bad about eating it, really. Just the chicken is just chicken. The fries, obviously, that's my cross to bear with the French fries, if I want to eat them or not. It's not healthy at all. I don't feel like bad about eating it rather than getting like a cheeseburger somewhere else. You know what I mean? I feel okay about eating that kind of fast food. Chick-fil-A is like my favorite place. As far as sit-down restaurant, I don't know if I have like a favorite place. Like I have a lot of places that I like, so that's why I'm just gonna go with Chick-fil-A on this one. Okay, next question, and this might be my last opinion on how long I talk. So, how did you figure out you were gluten-free? So I have actually done a video about this, but that video has since been put on private / deleted because it was when I first started my channel, and I felt like I was like it wasn't great, and I feel like I could do a much better structured video about this now, or a blog post, or if you guys want to see it. I don't really know if this is the content you're looking for. So I am gluten intolerant. I shared my whole story, but I'll kind of share a little bit now. So basically the journey of figuring out that I was gluten intolerant was like a terrible one, honestly. I felt like I was like sick for an entire year, and I did not know why. I was constantly at the doctor's. I had ultrasounds, I had CT scans on my stomach and in like different areas just to figure out what was wrong, because they really couldn't figure out what symptoms I was having. And those of you that have been through like any type of like medical issues, I so sympathize, because I only saw a small part of, you know, that kind of life, and it really wasn't even as bad as, not even as close to as bad as so many people have it every single day. And it is so exhausting. Even if you're feeling like okay, just going back and forth to the doctors is terrible and so draining, and especially when you're not getting answers. Like I feel like I would have just rather had gone and them tell me right away what was wrong, and even if it was something like not great, I was just so desperate for an answer to, like, I thought I was crazy with the symptoms that I was having. I was basically not like I didn't want bad news. I just want to clarify that. But I kind of wanted just them to be like, oh, this is wrong and this is what we're going to do to fix it. Instead, it was just like, nope, everything looks good. So, you know, so I'm like, okay, so then what do I do about it now? I just wanted a resolution, you know? So basically I was feeling just really lethargic and fatigued every single day, really sick. I had the worst pain in my stomach constantly, like, and this is actually a day that I remember so clearly because it was one of my worst days. The day that at the time it was, and it's weird to say these things out loud because I haven't talked about Laura's Boutique on my channel, but I remember it so clearly because this day was when one of their stores opened and we were working the grand opening, and it was a really long day because we all had to work a long shift because it was really busy, and we just needed all the help we can get. So this was a day that I think I was like, this was like rock bottom. Like it was terrible. I couldn't even stand. My stomach hurt so bad. It was like a stabbing pain in my stomach where I couldn't even stand up. Like I just like kept going to the back, and like I would just like sit down and like hold myself basically. And I came home that day and I was literally just so exhausted. I think I literally just passed out as soon as I got home because I couldn't even stand up anymore. And I felt just so sick and just drained and not like myself at all. I feel like that whole year I was not myself because of the issues I was facing, and I was just exhausted because I didn't know what was wrong. And it was a really scary time because I had just lost my mom a few years prior to that to cancer. So I think I was like going crazy in my head also, and I think maybe anxiety and stress had a lot to do with it as well, because I was stressing myself out as to why I was feeling this way. I was convinced, like, you know, I had something wrong with me in the same way that my mom did. So, and this is a topic I also want to open up about soon. I just haven't figured out if I'm ready to fully talk about it yet. Just kind of like my whole journey with this fear since losing my mom. It's something I'll talk about soon, but I don't know when. But just basically, it was terrible. I would throw up. I would have an upset stomach. I couldn't like keep a lot of food down. I was just completely out of it and not myself. And once we figured out what was wrong, my life literally completely changed. Like I was so much healthier and so much happier, and I had so much more energy. Like it was a night and day difference. So basically I just, you know, I went to the doctor multiple times and we eventually figured out what was wrong. And I feel like I honestly kind of figured out what was wrong on my own. I am not celiac, if you guys are wondering that. I'm not like deathly allergic to gluten. It messes with my system and it gives me an upset stomach. It makes me feel sick. It makes me lightheaded, like almost like I need to throw up, like I'm dizzy. And I even like, it's weird, I feel it like in my ears. It's like almost like an allergic reaction, but I'm not like so much if there's a speck of something on my food, I'm not gonna like break out in hives and whatever. But I do have eczema, and I can see when my eczema flares up, when I maybe have something I wasn't supposed to eat on accident, because that happens at restaurants and places like that. Maybe I didn't know it had something in it. It will flare up. So I do see it in my skin every now and then, but it's not like a full-blown allergic reaction. It's kind of similar to it, but not completely, because I'm not celiac, I'm just gluten intolerant. And everyone's experience with this might be different. You might be experiencing these things, or it might be different for you, or you might be allergic to gluten and your experience might be different. This is just my story, so take that as you will. And it didn't really click for me until I was getting an ultrasound one day on my stomach, and one of the ultrasound technicians actually asked me if I'm allergic to gluten. And I was like, oh, well, I'm actually trying to find out. Like, I'm cutting it out of my system. Like, my doctor recommended that I do the process of elimination. And she was like, okay, but make sure you stick with it, because gluten can remain in your system for up to 3 months. I'm not sure on the exact number, don't quote me on that. So you can't just eliminate it for a week and expect to feel better. It's gonna be in your system, and it's gonna take a while to get out for you to feel more like yourself. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I had been giving up on doing that kind of diet because I didn't think it was the problem, because I would do it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and I'd be like, nothing's changing. So it didn't start to change until I really stuck with it and I really eliminated it. And it completely changed my life. I literally, it's crazy all the things that it was making my body feel. And switching over to being gluten-free, I lost 20 pounds at first, because once you do like a diet at first, your body reacts to it in like a dramatic way, but it started to kind of like, you know, stay the same once I was doing it for a while. But when I first switched over, I lost 20 pounds, my eczema was clearing up, my skin was clearing up, just like overall breakouts and stuff like that. I had so much more energy, I wasn't feeling sick, I was able to keep food down, and it was just night and day, like I said. So that was basically my story. I don't know if I was kind of all over the place, but just basically back and forth with the doctor, doing process of elimination of my foods, and just seeing what worked for me, and that is what worked. I think that will be my last question, because that was a little bit long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any other questions for me, if you want to ask more about some of the questions I answered, if you want more information or whatever, just whatever you guys want to ask me, go ahead and leave in the comments. I always reply to my comments, and I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next week for my haul. Bye.